Yeah, the title of this is Calorie Counting is Caveman Nutrition. And I mean, it really is. And it goes back to, it doesn't quite go back to caveman times, but we're going back to the late 70s and early 80s. And if you're anywhere near my age, I'm 53 right now, you'll recognize that back in those days, we were all eating like no fat or low fat, right? There were so many of us, myself included, the closet Haagen-Dazs eaters, right? Because you don't want anybody to know that you're eating fat. Yeah, and that recommendation was made to help us lose weight. But here's the kicker. You know what that did? Is we all gained weight as a society. When we went no fat and low fat, we gained weight. And do you know why? We gained weight because what we did is we actually, instead of eating the fat, if you remember back in those times, that's when there was a bagel store on like every corner. We were eating bagels, we were eating wheat bread, we were eating pasta. You know, it was all really more about like eating carbohydrates, what we thought were good carbohydrates, and it was really about carb loading and things like that. And it was just a flippin' disaster. Like, we gained so much weight and it created a lot of the closet Haagen-Dazs eaters. You know, so I want to like clear up some facts on this. Right now, when we think about it, you know, like the most caloric dense food is fat. You know, so when we think of this logically, it makes sense that we would actually eat less fat to take in less calories, and then we can burn more calories and would lose weight. But this is where it's like completely, totally flawed, and this is where it's caveman nutrition. Is basically, when you eat fat, your body uses the fat that it needs for your brain function, for energy production, and multiple other essential, you know, needs of the body. But then whatever fat is left over, your body releases in your breath or your urine. So basically, when you eat fat, you shouldn't even really have to count fat calories unless, now here's a key point, unless you're actually eating food that dries up your glucose levels and dries up your insulin levels. That is actually what would actually create then the storage of fat or the raising of your triglycerides, which is fat found in your blood. Yeah, so here's a biochemical fact for you to remember right now. I'm just going to level with you. This is just very simply a fact. This is not something that, you know, I'm making up to make this sound good or make it better for you. There's a biochemically speaking in your body, as mentioned, your body will use the fat that it needs and it will release what it doesn't need in your breath or your urine unless your glucose and insulin are up. But when your insulin is up, now the fat that is left over, again, will be stored as body fat or driving of triglycerides. So in all sincerity, when you eat fat, you don't even have to count fat calories if you keep your insulin levels down low. So how like flippin' awesome is that you can actually have a fatty dessert or adding fat to your meal, and you don't even have to worry about those calories. Like maybe a really delicious coconut cream with something that you're eating, you know, that has that really delectable fatty flavor to it. And you don't even have to count those calories because you're not living in the caveman nutrition anymore, because what you're doing is you're being aware of what's going on with carbohydrates. So when you eat fat, make sure you eat that with low glycemic carbohydrates. So fat with like, you know, green leafy vegetables or lower glycemic vegetables, staying away from the grains, staying away from the simple carbs, and staying away from fruit and other higher glycemic carbohydrates goes a long way at changing how your body actually deals with fat and really goes through fat properly and in a healthy way for you to really enjoy all the benefits of fat without getting stuck in the caloric trap of that. And if you're still out there counting calories and thinking that it's all about calories in and calories out, get out of caveman nutrition and get into what's real and how this is going to actually have a significant positive impact, not only on weight loss, but on the health of your brain, the health of your energy production, as well as many other essential aspects of what you need to do to be healthy. So that's my tip for today. I look forward to chatting with you tomorrow. Until then, have an awesome day and enjoy your fat. Bye-bye.